quiet here. It's nice.
That's what I like about it. When I'm here, it feels like I've stepped out of my own life and I'm in a moment outside of time. And all of my problems feel a million miles away.
A moment out of time.
Gonna steal that one for your next book, are you?
No, of course not, Christine. I'm going to steal everything else you've said, but not that, don't worry.
Thanks.
No, but seriously, I like what you said. And I know what you mean. And I didn't know you write music.
Not as much as I used to, but yeah, it was my first love. I learned the guitar and then started writing my own stuff from there.
What made you stop?
I never really stopped, it's just that real life got in the way. I spend most of my free time painting now, but I do want to get back into music.
Can I hear anything you made?
It's more of a fifth date type of thing, so don't push your luck and you might get lucky.
Damn.
So, do you have a place where you go that helps your creative process?
I found a place originally out of necessity when I was a teenager. Yeah, the house was very loud. I mean, it was hard to form a single thought. Living with two brothers and constant arguments. But I take these long walks close to these woods near the house, and ideas just kind of come to me so easily. I mean, it's like you said, I felt a million miles away from my own life and felt like I could do anything.
And then you go home and procrastinate?
Then I'd go home and procrastinate.
So, you have two brothers.
Yep, Connor and Jake.
And that's what you want to do with your life, right?
What is this, a job interview?
No, it's a date and you won't get a third if you don't answer my questions.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I love to write. There's nothing else I'd want to do. Mostly because there's nothing else I can do. But, yeah, no. Yeah, I really want to do it.
And you'd never want anything else?
Nope.
What about a time machine?
Well now, a time machine, I mean, how could I ever say no to that? You know, I could use it to see if my endings will suck or not.
And also useful for when you mess this up. You'll have a way to fix things.
When I mess this up?
Is that so hard to believe?
Well, yes, considering you're the one who went on and on about dead painters for like 40 minutes. I mean, I wish I had a time machine there. Oh.
It was more like 20, and the Renaissance is really interesting.
Well, I'm just kidding, Chris. I love hearing you talk about art.
Chris? That's new.
It's either that or Chrissy, you decide.
Chrissy? You don't need a time machine to tell you that that won't go well. What are you writing? Are you just writing finishing touches or something new?
Something new. Something someone told me once.
Oh, alrighty, that's great. What is it?
You know I don't like talking about ideas too early. Come on.
Oh, come on. You haven't even let me read the book that you finished. Please, just a hint even. My housemate's at home. No one's gonna hear. Please.
I've barely even started writing it yet.
Well, it's not even your story, so...
Touche. Okay. It's a very corny story. It's like it's straight out of Hollywood. But it actually happened, I was told.
Yeah, who told you?
my dad's friend from college, Andrew. Yeah, he had a big passion for opera singing, and it's a story about how he and his wife got together.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so Andrew came from a family business, real nuts and bolts type of shop, and when he was younger he met a woman named Jennifer, and he instantly fell in love with her. It was that kind of connection that he felt like he knew her his whole life, you know. But Jen's parents were a little more well-to-do, highly educated, upper-class folk. They started dating, and Jen's parents were worried that they were starting to get serious, because, you know, they're so pretentious and he's super uneducated and all. I know, it sounds really corny, but it actually happened, which is crazy.
Get on with it, please.
Okay. So, Jen refuses to break up with him, right? And in her mind, this makes her realize that he's the love of her life, because she's willing to, you know, defy and damage her relationship with her own parents because just to be with him, you know. So she becomes estranged from her parents, and they don't even show up to the wedding, which is but I'm getting ahead of myself. So Andrew's mentor, this renowned opera singer, offers to take him around the world to perform, and it's his dream, and like, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. But there's a catch. He has to forego all ties to Ireland, all personal ties to Ireland, because they'll only hold him back from fulfilling his dream.
What does he do?
Well, he chooses her, because he realizes that living your dreams alone isn't really worth living. And that's when he realizes that she's the love of his life. So his mentor leaves, and his dream of being a world-renowned opera singer with her. But he's married 30 years, has 2 beautiful daughters, and I've never met a happier man in my life.
What made you want to write about it?
I was watching you paint, and I thought if I was in a similar situation to Andrew, I'd do the same, because he's right. Living your dreams alone isn't really living.
I love you too.
Well, I didn't really say that. I mean, you know, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Well, if the publishers hate the book tomorrow, at least you can tell this story and pretend that you came up with it.
Wow. Thank you for the confidence boost.
It's gonna go great. They're gonna love it.
I was saying, we should do stuff like that more often. It wasn't so bad, was it?
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I guess I should get out more.
You guess. When was the last time you saw the sun?
The what? What the fuck is that? No, jokes aside, I am glad I came. Hanging out with real people is a lot more fun than the ones in my head.
What about your actual friends? We haven't seen them in a while.
We're all so busy, you know. At least I have the friends of my girlfriend's friend's fiance to keep me company. Speaking of, should I bring something?
To stag night.
Well, the 20s for the stripper, of course.
No, you don't need to bring anything. Just make sure you leave your keyboard at home. I'm sure they don't want you getting inspiration from them for the next Hangover movie.
Double-edged sword of being friends with a writer, you know. Your life will be stolen for inspiration, but hey, I'd pick a play in a movie someday, who knows?
Have you never been to a stag before? What about Kieran's?
Oh, that was Mum's house, for Christ's sake. Not the greatest point of reference. I guess you should go regardless, considering we're not going to the wedding.
We're not.
Yeah, we're not. Didn't we talk about this?
No.
Back there at the pub, you gave me that look. No, you were never going to spend that kind of money on something like that.
Don't speak for me. You would never spend money on something like that.
Why not?
Because you never work a job for long enough for us to be able to afford to have any fun.
Where's all this coming from?
I'm sorry. I mean it. I'm tired of turning down invitations to weekends away, holidays, a mortgage, and now the wedding of one of my best friends.
Sorry, is this about that teaching job? Because I told you.
Well, you'd be good at it, and it'll pay the bills, and you can still work on your writing.
And I'll be trapped. What kind of future is no future?
No future.
That's not what I meant. Okay, Chris? That's not what I meant. Okay? Can we just go home? Please? I can cook tonight. Try not to give you food poisoning this time.
Try. You better not.
What?
Or I'll haunt you for beyond the grave, dickhead.
Can you give me a ghost blowjob like a ghost biscuit?
Like what?
What actually happens in that movie?
Are you gonna come back to bed? It's getting pretty late.
I'm okay, Chris. I just want to get this last chapter done.
You want a cup of tea or anything? Clive,
Huh?
tea?
No. No, thanks. I'm good.
Are you not going to be wrecked for work tomorrow?
I'm not going in.
Why? Is the shop closed or?
Because I don't work there anymore.
For God's sake, you quit again. We talked about this.
No, you talked about this. Okay, this is a crucial time for my book. I couldn't let work distract me.
Again with this fucking book.
This fucking book. This fucking book is my life's work.
Your life's work. You're only 28.
You don't understand. Just leave me alone. Go upstairs. Go to bed.
No, Clive. This has become an obsession. You're ruining your life for a book. Can't you see that? Is there something I don't understand?
You don't understand what it's like to put yourself out there and try again because you don't try. Okay? You gave up. But I won't.
I gave up. The only thing I gave up is my life to support you and your obsession. You know, I used to paint, I used to write music, and I still want to, but somebody has to pay the bills around here. Speaking of which, what about the rent? Who's going to help me pay that now?
We'll figure something out. We always do, Chris, okay? Look, this book is it, okay? Trust me. I've learned from all my mistakes in the last one. You just need to give me a bit more time, okay?
I'm not saying that you can't write. I'm just saying that you need to get a job that can help support us. You've all the time in the world to write. You can't keep living like this, Clive.
You're just jealous because I can make time for stuff like this.
Like Rebecca doesn't.
Rebecca?
The character in your book. I know what you've been doing.
You read my book?
I can't believe you'd write about me like that. Twist our lives together to make it something that you can, write about.
You know I hate when people read my work before it's finished.
Is that what you really think of me? That I'm some nagging bitch wife getting in the way of her genius husband? It's real original, Clive. Real progressive, too.
Just fuck off, Christine.
What did you just say to me?
I said, fuck you, Christine.
You are not the man that I fell in love with.
You've changed too. fell in love with someone who was passionate. Someone whose creativity inspired me. Someone who I thought would go on and do great things. But now you're just like everyone else. You work a 9 to 5. And you're nothing more than that. You're barely alive.
And you're a ghost. Maybe I'd have more time to do the things that I love if I had a more supportive partner. Someone who wasn't reclusive and obsessive. Maybe I'd be more myself if my partner loved me more than the imaginary people on his page.
I'm sorry, Chris. I didn't mean that. I'm just under so much pressure. And I feel like time is running out, and I see where my friends are in their life, and I just feel so left behind. I just feel like it's now or never, and if it's never, I don't know who I'd be or what I'd do.
I know that the publishers not going for your book was a huge blow, but you can't compare yourself to other people. You just have to trust that these things will happen eventually. And in the meantime, we have to look after ourselves and each other. This teaching job could be the best thing for us.
This goddamn teaching job! It'd be the final nail in the coffin of my career. Sure, we'd be financially stable, but I'd be dead inside.
So why is it me who always has to sacrifice something? I'm tired of being with someone who wouldn't do the same for me. Once upon a time, you would have given up anything for me. Something has to change.
Where are you going? Christine! 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 Chris?
Clive, you've always poured yourself into your work. Every word. And I love that about you. But lately, you've been pouring everything into your work and you left me behind. You write about these imaginary people and their imaginary lives, and you've forgotten how to live your own. Somewhere along the way, you got lost between the pages. And I hope you find yourself again someday.